Welcome back to another episode of Gossip Break, the cherry on top of your day. I'm one of your hosts, Becky,
And I'm your other host, Bree.
and it's episode 50,
Yeah,
50.
that's really exciting. I just realized that now.
Yeah, me too. Looking at the show notes, I was like, okay, that'll be my intro to the show.
Yay. Thank you guys for being here. Whether you joined us on episode one, which, oh my God, if you're still here, we were so cringe in the beginning. So thank you. And if you just joined literally last episode or in our Karen emergency minisode, I know that got a lot of downloads. So wherever you came from, we're so thankful for you girlies. And thanks for listening to us. We love doing this.
No, this is truly the highlight of my week, like
Same.
literally the cherry on top of my day. Thank y'all for being here. And if you are a loyal listener, or if this is your first time, make sure you are following us on Instagram at Gossip Break, on TikTok at Gossip Break Pods. We're also on Threads, which is connected to Instagram, and it's like a little fun over there. It's a lot less intense than Twitter, so make sure
Yes,
you're
really
following.
fun.
Yeah, it's cute. Like the community is,
The community's cute in threads. Come join us, girls.
yeah, it's smaller, it's less arguing and scariness. So it's real fun over there. And then, of course, you know what I'm going to say. If you really want to celebrate 50 with us, leave us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 star review. 5 stars only. You know, this is a 5 star show. This show is self produced, we are self made. No backings, no nepo babies. This
We
is a
do it all,
grass.
girls.
Yeah, this is a grassroots podcast.
We are the showrunners. We are the editors. We are the social media managers. We are the researchers.
No, like
We are the yappers.
yeah, like we are talent. We're behind the scenes. We're producers. Like, come on. Like, you've really never met any girls so multifaceted. And the fact that we've made it to 50 episodes and as many listeners and downloads that we've had is just like crazy because we really did it ourselves.
I know. I'm so proud of us. And thank you guys for being along with the journey. So, yeah, send this podcast to your best yapper girl. And we would love it if you left us a review. But okay, now we have a lot of good stories to get into today. This is going to be a good one for you guys, a good, juicy one. We have Bravo, pop culture, media all over the place. So, let's start with our first one, Becky.
Yes. So, if you haven't heard, the Oscars will now be requiring members to see all nominated films before voting to determine Academy Award winners. The Academy Board approved new rules and regulations for the 2026 Oscars. Voters will now be required to see all films. Anonymous voters previously told Entertainment Weekly that they hadn't seen many of the contending titles and performances. They are tightening its procedures around Oscar voting, and it was approved this past Monday by the group's board of governors, and it's a pretty significant change. And personally, I feel like now everything makes sense about the movies
Yep.
that were nominated and winning because
Yep.
MFs haven't seen it.
It makes so much sense now because they seemed so random, the picks. And when I was looking more down in the article, which you guys know, we'll always link them in the show notes, but they basically said one of the voters, or yeah, who one of the people of the Academy was talking about the Brutalist and saying how, oh yeah, it's too similar to the pianist movie, and I don't think I'm gonna vote for Adrian Brody because he's already won an Oscar before, which he did end up winning it. But that logic right there, without even watching the movie, just being like, oh, he's won one before, so I don't want to give it to him. That's why we have bullshit for what we get in the awards season. And it also, this is sidetrack, but it reminds me of the Grammys as well. I remember that some of the Grammys voters, before they changed up this new format that we were talking about earlier, how they have like new Gen Z and new people of color all in the voters. Before they did that recently, they had people talk anonymously about who they wanted to win. And I remember there was a specific one that said something like, yeah, like I'm kind of sick of Beyonce winning everything. So I don't want to give her album of the year. So that, like, just it just goes to show that people will use their perception rather than actually watching or listening to the quality of work. It's just so frustrating how this is, like, how is this a rule right now in 2025? I thought this was just Like, shouldn't that just be the norm?
They should have kept this rule change so under wraps. Like this should
Yes.
have never leaked because now it makes previous award seasons, especially the Oscars, not legitimate. Like we
Yes.
already weren't taking it seriously when Honora got five was took a sweep,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
now I
Amelia
understand.
Perez was
And
winning
Amelia
things.
Perez, and then even when Beyonce lost to Beck, and when
Yep.
Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye, Drake lost to Macklemore. It's
Yep.
like, oh, now I see why, because you didn't listen to them as pieces of work. You just saw what people were tweeting about, essentially.
Exactly. And that's also why I always tell people why I think that Cowboy Carter truly deserved to win, because this is the year they actually listened to stuff and they listened to the full body work and realized it was good, which a lot of people thought that it shouldn't win just based off the perception of it. But if you actually listen to it, it was amazing. Whereas, like, yeah, the same with this voting stuff. This is the quote it said in the article about where it said that Entertainment Weekly spoke to people anonymously who had voted. This person said, I'm bummed because I haven't seen The Substance or I'm Still Here Yet, which is two of the films nominated for major picture. So that's crazy. So I'm bummed because I haven't seen The Substance or I'm Still Here Yet. The first Dune I couldn't get through. I'm not rushing for another 3 hours of Dune, which Dune was also nominated for Best Picture. So he didn't watch that either. There's still time to reevaluate, but I really struggled, one director told us. I haven't seen The Brutalist yet. I'm planning to see it, and from what little I saw already, it's similar to The Pianist, and Adrian Brody already got his Oscar for that, so maybe somebody else deserves a chance. This is crazy.
No, it's blasphemous. It's preposterous because imagine just not doing your homework. That's or
Yeah,
not doing your job. You're not. I don't want to do it
literally
because
doing
it's
your job.
like it took 3 hours. Mind you, the job is watching a movie. If you don't hit the joint, get a good little popcorn snack and a soda on the side and put on your TV and just take in everything, that's like my dream job. I actually do it for
Exactly.
free.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can't believe that if I was in the voting committee, I would take it so seriously, because now it's like I'm not going to watch it because it's just some of these are just the films are pretty dense. But if I was voting on it, hell yeah, I would sit there, light up, and get cozy on my couch with some popcorn, snacks, and watch an amazing Oscar nominated film. Are we serious right now? This is so stupid.
Mind you, it's like five movies over the span of 8 months. They know for such a long time.
They
It's
have no
really
excuse.
only 4 or 5 movies that they're ever talking about at the Oscars anyway.
Mm-hmm. It makes no sense.
That's why Wicked didn't win because nobody saw it because they weren't going to take it seriously.
Yeah, they it was the perception.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of movies, this is kind of off topic, but have you seen Sinners yet?
Bree, you're actually the 10th person that's asked me this week. No, I have not seen it. I know that that scene with the music is really good, and
I
I'm
want to
gonna
see
see it.
it.
Okay, you haven't
Okay,
seen it?
we
Good.
should see it when you come
Okay, I
home.
don't know if we'll last that long. I feel
I
like
know it's like
someone
2 weeks away.
spoil it because, like, black people, like, one black
Love.
movie, and everyone's like, you need to go see this one. And I believe
Yeah.
me, I believe that it's amazing. It looks amazing. It's Ryan Coogler, it's Michael B. Jordan, it's spooky vibes. Like, of course, it's gonna be amazing. But like, if y'all ruin it for me, people are like, have you seen it? I'm like, it's been out for 3 days. No, I haven't seen it. I will go to work. Like, where?
I have
How
a
do you
job.
guys have this much time to go to this movie, make a TikTok about it, tweet about it? I know so much about this movie because just being on the internet
Yes.
and like I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna say yeah, I'm gonna try to save all spoilers. Some people have spoiled it for me and I'm like kind of upset about it and I have a bone to pick with them for it, but I'm gonna try to hold on 2 weeks. Seriously.
I'm trying as well. I do want to see it though, and I'm just here to say, me being annoying, I was on the Hailee Steinfeld train for a while now when she did that movie. What was it? 17 again, or not 17 again? I don't know. It was like some Edge of 17. Guys, if you haven't watched Edge of 17, go find it wherever you can right now. It is like one of the best coming of age movies. She's such an amazing actress that like I feel like you wouldn't expect that from her, but she's a
Hmm.
really, really great actress. I cried my eyes out at that movie. And then she's also an amazing singer, which this is a little music rec for you guys to go listen to right now. It's called Coast by Hailee Steinfeld featuring Anderson .Paak. It hits so hard. Like she's an amazing singer. She's beautiful. She's a great actress. I'm so happy she's getting her spotlight. Yeah.
Also, I remember Hailee in True Grit, which was her first
Yes.
movie.
Her breakout movie. Yeah.
Yes, with not Josh Brolin, but Josh Brolin's dad. I don't know his name. And yeah, I remember that. So like I have known about my girl Hailee for a long time. I haven't really followed her career, but yeah, I'm excited to see Sinners. Love Michael B. Jordan, of course, like all the
Of
girlies do.
course.
But yeah, love Ryan Coogler.
You ever watch, sorry,
No, 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 go
it just
ahead.
made me think of it. Did you ever watch Skins growing up? Because one of the guys
Mm-mm.
from Skins is the one of, I don't know, this is a spoiler. This is just what I saw online. He's like one of the vampires, like the Irish guy, the main
Yeah.
guy.
Okay, you know
Um,
that it's about vampires. So
okay, yeah, yeah,
sorry
no, I
if
know
you
that part.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was, because I was, I was in the UK last week and I was like, oh my God, this is looks like where they filmed Skins, which if you watch Skins growing up, you're probably a little traumatized like me as well, because I should not
Hmm.
have watched that growing up. But those actors were insane, and so many of them are in like horror movies now. Like
Yeah.
Daniel Kaluuya was on Skins. Um, oh my God, I literally forgot
I
all of
know
their
who you're
names, but
talking
I see
about.
all of their faces.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, the
know their
guy from
faces.
the yeah, from Sinners was Cook in Skins. And oh my God, like his that last episode of him just gives me chills when he was oh God, if you watch Skins, you know what I'm talking about. I literally have chills thinking about it. He's such a good actor. So I'm like, oh hell yeah. Him, Haley Steinfeld, Michael B. Jordan, like Ryan Coogler's directing. I'm ready for it.
No, top tier entertainment. It reminds me of well, not I haven't seen it, but everyone's talking about Lovecraft Country, which was an elite. I don't know if you watched that, Brie,
I
but it
didn't.
had Jonathan Majors in it. Ugh, too
Hangman.
bad. And what's her name? Oh gosh, I'm forgetting her name. Smollett, Jesse. No, Jesse's her brother. But the sister.
Not
I
him.
have Yeah, I know, which is like not the show like filled with controversy. Journey.
Okay.
Those two, Jonathan Majors and Journey were in it. It's the same vibe, like Jim Crow, 1940s Black South, but fantasy. And
Okay,
you're
I
like,
love that.
what?
Yeah.
But it is elite because it's like nothing you've ever seen before. And I just am so grateful that we have these kinds of movies now, like black
Yeah.
fantasy films rather than whatever they were trying to sell us during COVID.
Please.
Um, yeah, that was weird. Dark, 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 dark.
Dark, dark energy.
But yeah, we will see Sinners and we will report back probably next month.
It's gonna be a
You'll,
while.
yeah, you've probably already seen it or we'll have seen it by the time we come back. But we'll be there. And it better, I was gonna say it better be nominated for an Oscar, but they probably won't.
It's they need to release the movies closer to the Oscars. I feel like
Yeah.
any movies too far out they don't care about. But we'll see, hopefully. They had when I was on the plane back yesterday, they had Honora and The Substance and The Brutalist on the plane.
Whoa.
And I was like, I feel like I should watch one of these. But then I was also like, I really wanted to watch The Substance most. But then I'm like,
Of
do
course.
you ever think about people looking at your TV screen? And I'm just like, this
Yeah.
is going to be so crazy for people to be watching like this body horror coming off my screen. Like,
I
there's
know.
kids on this plane. I'm like, maybe not. And then I was like, Honora's not going to be any better.
No, they're all horrible. Me watching True Blood and Vampire Sex on my way to Utah. I'm like, oh my God,
Please.
they're
Literally the
probably
worst place to do that too.
they're probably like this heathen. I'm like, sorry y'all, but like I gotta get through this flight.
We have to. No, it was a 9-hour flight and I read
Yeah.
the entire Hunger Games new book, Sunrise on the Reaping, in one sitting. It honestly, getting hit by a bus would have hurt less. That was the most tragic book I've ever read. But I'm bringing it up as well because literally an hour after we get on the plane, like when I landed, I opened back up my phone. So my last social media was, when I was over in the UK, it was like an hour ago. And they released the two actors, the two main leads for Sunrise on the Reaping, like who's going to play young Haymitch
Mm-hmm.
and then his girlfriend. I was like, damn it. Because, like, in my head the whole time, I'm like, I can't imagine these people. I'm trying not to imagine Woody Harrelson, like, trying to
Yeah.
act 16. So I'm like, damn it. I just wish they would have released the cast an hour earlier. But, anyways, the person that they cast for his girlfriend, Lenore Dove, is one of the girls from the new Gossip Break. I think her name's Whitney Peak. It's like this really cute little black girl. And I just love how JK Rowling, not, oh my God, not JK Rowling. Very scary. Oh my God.
What?
I'm so sorry, Suzanne Collins.
What?
No, that was like that was literally a jump scare, especially after being in the UK. They hate her ass. But anyways, Suzanne Collins, I just love how she always incorporates people of color like in a real way in the film.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love her books. I love her movies. Anyways, we've gotten off track.
Per usual. Let's get into our next story.
Okay, so let's get into a little bit of Bravo, kind of where we left off last week talking about Garcelle. So Garcelle hasn't followed the entire Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast, Kyle, Sutton, Dorit, Erica. I think the only people that she did keep was Jennifer Tilly and Kathy Hilton. So Sutton came out with a statement recently because this was kind of making its rounds online. Everybody was posting screenshots of Garcelle's
Mm-hmm.
following that she unfollowed Sutton as well. So Sutton said that I can only imagine that she needs a clean break right now. I love her and I'm giving her the space she needs. And then it said that she is still following Sutton's event company, the Sutton Concept, but this was posted, when was it? April 21st. So like 4 days ago. And I looked and now Garcelle is unfollowing the Sutton Concept as well. So she's like done, done, done.
Yeah. She said, "Oh, you're right. I did forget. Unfollow." Like,
Unfollow. I love my queen. She's thorough.
yeah. The fact that Sutton brought that upon herself, like, well, she still follows my business account. So, and Garcelle was like, actually, you're right. Like, let me unfollow those too.
I was trying to be nice, but you're right. Bye.
Yeah. Like, I'm really done with you. I'm done, done.
And I think, which I didn't mention when we were talking about the end of the last reunion, but I think Garcelle is probably watching this reunion now too, and seeing how Sutton reacted to her walk off is probably pissing her off as well. I don't even want to call it a walk off because she did her duty. Like she did the entire reunion. They
Right.
did their little toast, and then she walked off. Like she's not obligated to take a picture. She did the entire thing. But, anyways, after she walked away, Sutton, when she goes to her room and she realized that Garcelle really walked away, not being like, oh my God, I don't know, like Garcelle's actually upset. I need to call her. I'm worried about her. She says, we were supposed to go to supper. It's like, yeah, that's why Garcelle unfollowed you because, like, what are
Yeah.
you doing as a friend? You faked a panic attack last reunion to get away from Kathy, and Garcelle was a good friend and walked away with you. And now you want to know where, oh, we were supposed to go to supper together. That's the only thing you care about. Like, yeah, I'm unfollowing you and your events page. Bye.
No words for Sutton Strack. Yeah, Garcelle seems to be thriving. She's posting all over her Instagram. She has a new grandbaby.
Oh, yeah,
She's
cute.
posting all over threads. She's
She's
booked and
good.
busy.
Yeah.
And she's letting y'all know it too. Like, just so y'all know, I use this to elevate my platform and make me relevant to like the newcomers, but I've been her. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just thought it was so funny that she went ahead and unfollowed the business
I know.
page too. Like, no, everything, clean slate, goodbye.
Except Jennifer Hilton. What? Kathy Hilton and Jennifer Tilly, which is like real tea because all of them outside the show are actually cultural icons and relevant as well. So yeah,
That's so true.
she's trying to keep the network. Like I'm keeping the people around who actually not can do something for me in like a usury way, but like as a
Mhm.
network, like someone
Yeah.
who is going to platform me and I can platform them, and it's a mutually beneficial relationship. And those girls didn't do nothing for me. Kyle can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Erica damn sure can't do anything for her. Maybe Bose could have, but like you just have to take everyone out.
Yeah.
Dorit definitely not. Like I don't know who else is on the show. Sutton, obviously. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
stick with the real Hollywood divas.
Exactly. Good riddance to the rest of y'all.
Yeah. So good
Which,
for her.
speaking of good riddance, our next
Oh,
story.
y'all, the time has officially come. Mia Thornton announces her RHOP exit after 4 seasons as she moves to Atlanta. The empire is expanding. Okay. The
What
40
empire?
Right. The 40-year-old Real Housewives of Potomac star announced Monday, April 21st, that she has made the decision to relocate to Atlanta with her family and therefore will not be returning to the Real Housewives of Potomac next season. Thornton called it a new beginning in a lengthy Instagram post as she called her 4 seasons on the show an unforgettable journey filled with growth, lessons, and so many incredible memories.
Um, bye.
Yeah, bye feet, bye wig, bye ankle.
Bye, neck.
Bye liar, Mia be lying. Like,
You know
okay.
what? She fits in perfect with Brit. That's probably what she wants. Go to Atlanta.
Yeah, and the thing is nobody likes Britt over there either. And nobody want like imagine Mia
Oh my God.
and Britt on Atlanta. No, thank you.
That actually would ruin the show, to be honest.
100%. Nene Leakes' wig would actually pop off of her head and go flying into the air if Mia was on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Do you think that's what she wants, though? Because that's kind of what I feel like.
Yeah, she 100% wants that, knows that she's ran her course on Potomac, knows she's not quote unquote Potomac enough.
Yeah. That's what I think as well, because there is kind of a vibe to each city, like a brand, if you will. And
Yeah,
she never really fit Potomac, even when she was with Gordon, in my opinion. But now,
right.
especially in her DJ Inc. era, she is not fitting
Yeah,
Potomac. So, but I don't think she fits Atlanta either.
no, I don't think she does. I don't think it would be so artificial. It would be like kind of how they did Phaedra, where they bopped her around shows
Mhm.
until they were like, okay, we can bring her back to Atlanta. And it just feels inauthentic.
I don't think she would mesh well with the group. It would just be doing it just because, like, oh, she's in Atlanta now. But do we really need Mia on our screens again? I feel like we
No.
saw enough of the mess. She did herself dirty walking off at the reunion. Bye.
Yeah, okay, bye. Literally, the reunion kept going and it was great. We got Still I Rise after Mia left. Like, are you kidding?
One of the best moments of the reunion.
Yeah. Bring Eddie out. We got that Mia was gone. Everything that
Good
iconic and
happened.
memorable that happened at the reunion happened after Mia left. And now she's like, I'm leaving to expand my empire. Okay.
So now I'm wondering, is Candiace going to come back now? She did have her baby. It could be time.
The thing about it is, if Candace comes back, her and Giselle are gonna have to get along.
100%. We can't keep going like this.
They're gonna have to let bygones be bygones, which personally, if someone lied on my husband and even implied or insinuated or inferred that he was sexually harassing anybody in the world or on the cast, I would not get over it.
Yeah,
However,
for a check.
for a check, we might could fake it.
And that's kind of what it has to be, because when it comes to your real life like that and your husband and like real accusations saying he sexually harassed people, you can't just it's not just like a fun little gossip with the girls, key king. At that point, that's serious. It's hard to get over somebody saying that, but Yeah, for a check, I don't know.
Yeah, I have this new baby. My life is great. Maybe if Giselle apologizes. Sure, yeah, Candiace is gonna have to let go of all the grudges that she had on because that keeps the show stagnant if you're not
Yeah.
willing to work with each other. Because I think of this season of Atlanta when Kenya was on the show, like Portia and Kenya, they y'all have to let bygones be bygones. If you want this show to thrive and to get the viewership like y'all used to, y'all can't be doing this. And I wish New Jersey would have learned that lesson before now, but
Yeah.
it's just what you have to do. You have to kiss and make up. Sorry.
It has to be done. Yeah, I don't know. Don't care about Mia being on Potomac, on Atlanta. I'm
Anywhere.
fine.
Yeah,
Like,
I could go without hearing about her for the rest of my life, actually.
yeah.
I would prefer it that way.
Speaking of Bravo shows, this is just a rumor. So I don't, take this with a grain of salt, but I wanted to get your reaction on this because I just saw this like right before we got on to record that Bravo and Cocktails is kind of like I don't know how, like almost like a Dumois for the Bravo world, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this post that says, New Housewives spinoff Wife Swap shooting this summer. Real Housewives will trade places in the style of ABC's Wife Swap. Confirmed wives Emily Simpson, Melissa Gorga, Wendy Osefo, and Angie Katsanevis. Why do I feel like that would actually be really funny?
It would be hilarious. Are you kidding?
Could you
Imagine
imagine Wendy
Angie
in the
K.
Gorga household? Like she would not be putting up with Joe.
Oh no. No, 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 no. I would love to see it. Wait, that would actually be great to see Wendy in the Gorga house and
I feel like
dragging
this
them
is
all
such a
together.
yeah, I feel like it's actually a funny concept of a show because what we're missing from the housewife lately is really their real family life. And I feel like this
Yeah.
would be such a funny way to see that.
No, that would be great. Or Angie K in like Wendy's house.
That's so funny.
Like Angie and Eddie, are you kidding? Like that is so funny. They're both so funny.
We have to see it. Oh my gosh, this would actually be really funny. I hope Bravo actually does this. Again, like this is just a rumor. I don't know if this is true or not, but I think it would be really cool.
No, yeah, Bravo's been ramping it up with the new shows and the reboots and the la la la. So,
Yeah, because then that new show is coming out. Was it this week or next Sunday? The Love
Love
Hotel or
Hotel. I
yeah,
think it airs. Let's see. Let's fact check.
all these new shows they have. I like how they're trying to do new concepts.
Finally.
You never know what'll stick.
Yeah, this Sunday, April 27th.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, I'll watch. Why not?
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, hopefully Wife Swap isn't just rumored and it is a show because I would love more TV shows on Bravo. Unfortunately, y'all, I've been watching The Valley.
I wanted to watch it, but I just haven't had a chance since last week. I feel like it's dark. The clips I've been seeing. What do you think?
It's nuts, Brie.
Okay.
It's absolutely insane because I've only started watching this season. I didn't watch last season. I don't
I
really
think
care
that's
to.
fine. You don't need to.
Yeah. This season with Jax and Britt and Jax 2.0, aka Jesse,
Jesse.
they are nuts. They are seriously so crazy.
Isn't Jax the most insane person you watch on reality TV?
I
Because
can't.
it's hard to explain. Like it feels like I don't think he's putting on a show, but he is. You know what I mean? It's like it's really him, but I don't know how to explain it. He's just an
It,
insane reality TV star. I feel like I shouldn't be watching this.
right. It makes me question like why am I watching this? Like, yeah, it's great reality TV. I'm entertained. But it makes me so upset and it's so unsettling to see a real narc, like a someone that's like a real narcissist, not just like,
100%.
oh, he has narcissistic tendencies. Like watching someone flip things.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brittany will say something and then I'll flip it on her. Brittany will say
Yeah.
something, flips it, like everything. And I mean, I haven't watched their journey. This is my first impression of her, so I do like the redemption arc. I would prefer never to see the stuff he did to her before. And he is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's bringing these girls t- to their house. They're leaving their panties and baby wipes on the counter after they agreed we're not gonna, like, we can be separated. He took the marital home, by the way. She's in an Airbnb with their child.
Literally Tom Sandoval as well. That's
Like,
why the Vanderpump Rules is how you said. It's like, why am I watching this? It feels so unsettling, but you keep watching it. That's Vanderpump Rules as well. But then imagine it like narc times three, because Tom Sandoval is the same as Jax, and then Tom Schwartz is a covert narcissist. Like you can't tell, but he like the three of them together. And then honestly, like Kristen Doty's nuts as well. Stassi was psychotic. Like you put all of them together, and it is the most insane reality TV I think I've ever seen in my life. Like honestly, more than Housewives. It's insane.
yeah, it's really scary to see
Yeah, it's
because
scary.
it really is, like, I am watching like mental health like
Yes.
break in front of me, where like Housewives, it's not, it's just like, oh, insecurities. But something about the men just really add on to the like mental unwellness of it all.
And I think it's like you have to give them a little bit of credit, not that they're good people, but they really show it all. And I think it is because they're such narcissists that they think they're coming across the good, like in a good light. So
No, I know for a fact Jax thought he ate.
yes, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like he has like this curated version of him where he think like he's such a I don't even know how to explain it, guys. He's such a bad person, but he thinks he's a good person. Literally just narcissist. But because of that, he shows the most ugly sides of him thinking it's good on TV. Like him, Jesse, it's insane.
Jesse is equally disgusting just because he wears like a button down instead of like a baseball cap. He is just as horrible. The way he talks to his soon to be ex-wife, it's just like, and I just hate that these people get a platform and hundreds of thousands of dollars and they're just like wreaking havoc on everyone, like in real life and on the show. It's just because when Britt said, you have a coke addiction, you need to go get help, our son cannot grow up to be like you. And then Jack flips it, oh, so you're saying you've never done coke before? First of all, she never fucking said that. She's never said that she
Yeah.
hasn't gone crazy at parties and done drugs and drinks. I mean, she was a server for, or a bartender for how long? That's like par for the
Yeah.
course. Not excusing it or whatever, but she's like, I don't have a problem. I could pass a drug test right now. Can you? Eight. And he's
That
like, I'm not.
ate.
Eight. He's like, I'm not doing this anymore.
And then
Because
walks
you
away.
know you cannot pass a drug test.
Honestly, that's what made Vanderpump Rules so crazy is the hidden drug use because they're not going to show the cocaine on camera. They obviously show the drinking, but it was so much more than that. Like you could tell that they were all coked up in the early seasons. All of them, like
Yeah.
the literally the infamous line of Kristen saying like, "Can I have a bump of tequila?" Because tequila was the code word for
Yeah.
cocaine.
Yeah.
So it's like you just see them so batshit crazy, and to see it finally catching up to him in this way, where it's like, you have a cocaine addiction, you need help. It's just crazy to see it out there like that.
And Kristen Doty being the voice of reason, scary.
What? Yeah.
Like she's
Alternate
like,
universe.
Jax, you need help. I don't know how not being able to see your son isn't rock bottom for you.
Yeah.
And their son's autistic. So it just adds on a whole nother level of complexity. He's like 3 years old, he's nonverbal.
Hmm.
And even Kristen was like, even though he's nonverbal, he's still taking all of this in and it
100%.
expresses it. And I'm like, okay, Kristen, like, honestly, I don't know where you came from. I've seen the clips and I know you are a little cuckoo bird, but I'm living for you, right? Again, I love seeing the latter end of the redemption arc. Maybe
Yeah.
now that I know that everything's gonna be okay, I can go back and watch Vanderpump Rules and see you being a cokehead, but
We should watch it together. Like, let's just go season through season. See the
um,
messiness.
Not a rewatch. Honestly, though, yeah, before this new season or this new reboot comes out, maybe, yeah, I
Ah,
need a show.
so good. Well, let's get into the last little bit of Bravo news then, just since we're already talking about them with the
Yes.
Brynn Whitfield story. So she was on a
Oh,
podcast. I think it was Jason Tartick's podcast, and she revealed some interesting things. So one was her RHONY salary. Is she said that it's basically grocery money. It's my DoorDash money. I spend more on DoorDash per week. That's what I made for a season. She said that she spends like 2,000 to 3,000 a week on DoorDash. So that would mean Bryn's paycheck was less than 104,000 to 156,000 per year for the RHONY salary. That's pretty low in my
that
opinion.
is slow.
I expected they made a lot more. I mean, I was expecting at least like a 350 kind of range, like a 300.
Minimum.
Yeah, I was
Honestly,
thinking because they're new and maybe it's the pilot season, like a 300,000 salary, but damn.
that is really crazy. Also, what's crazier is spending $3,000 a week on DoorDash.
That's so New York core because what? Like to me, DoorDash, I just would never do it because I really have to be going through it to get DoorDash because I'm always like
It,
$20 extra, I'll just go drive there.
yeah, also it's always like lukewarm. Like if your food's supposed to be
Yeah,
cold, it's gonna be warm. It's supposed to be warm, it's gonna be cold. You might as for $2,000 to $3,000 a week, you might as well get a chef. I'd rather just
exactly.
have a chef come and like cook every meal. Like not even meal prep for 2 to 3 thousand a week. That's probably what a private chef costs in like a month. Like I imagine $3,000 to $4,000.
She's just kind of annoying though, you know? I feel like she's trying to like flex
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
way.
she's definitely being hyperbolic, I hope.
Yeah. But then she also mentioned about her co-stars. I'm trying to find the exact little quote in here. Okay. So basically, she was upset because she thinks that she's the only one of her cast who actually has a real job with W 2s. And she was actually opening up about her being a brand consultant and kind of what she does with that. And then she's talking about the other girls. And she says, I'm the only one that works a full time job. We have influencers, we have models, we have art curators, we have people that did work at J. Crew 3 years ago, but now they're just honorary positions. We have a real estate agent that hasn't sold a house in 7 years.
Whoa.
Aaron, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Aaron.
So no,
Like, I'm not gonna lie. On one hand, she kind of chewed. Like,
that's what I was
yeah,
saying. I was like, she kind of just left me gagged.
yeah, like I am the only one that actually clocks in and works and doesn't use the. Because here's the thing about being a reality TV star is like you should use it as a platform for your other businesses where you can take home all the pay.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of them, I feel like, are like, oh, now I'm on the Real Housewives. Like, I can just go the influencer route and, you know, just make money off of brand deals, which is really up and down because, okay, what if RHONY gets canceled? Boom, there's your biggest paycheck. There goes all your brand deals. Now you're doing like random commercials and ads to be relevant.
Yeah.
Whereas Brynn, it's like, okay, if the show ends,
I
I
still have
still
my
have
old
a,
job to go back to.
yeah, still have an amazing career.
Yeah. And she was basically saying how with her career that she white labels for companies. So basically, like let's say like a white labeling would be like if another brand comes to her and is like, hey, we want your ideas, but then they obviously pose it as their own. So because of
Mm-hmm.
that, she can't really say the places that she works for. So she was saying she was kind of in a shitty position because she can't name any of the, like she said one of the people was Nylon, like Nylon magazine, so it's clearly big people, but they don't want to be involved with the show at all, so she can't
Right.
mention anything about her job. So then she was saying that's why I was so frustrating when I was getting like, oh, you're a sugar baby and where do you get your money from and all
Mm.
this stuff, because she can't just say how, like, you know, who she's working for and how she does it. So I was actually, I did feel for her because like as a marketing person, like I've done white labeling as well, so I know like you can't say it's like that's my website design, but you can't
Yeah.
say it because it's like I worked for the other company to do it. And then also like you said, since it's another company, she can't really like use that likeness to draw back to her own stuff where a lot of the other girls can.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end of the day, if the show ends, like you said as well, she still has that. And it's like not attached to Housewives at all because she never
Yeah.
mentioned it.
Right? Because it's like, oh, let me start this mezcal brand. Let me start this eyelash brand. We only know
Hmm.
about them because of the show. And
Yeah.
like, if the show gets canceled or like they fire you or people, the society cancels you or you
Yeah.
say something that people don't like, boom, there's your income.
And that's probably why Brynn acts the way she does because she's like, what's going to happen? Nothing.
No, nothing. People don't
Like,
even know
y'all
who I
talk shit
work
about me. I'm
for.
still making money. I'm still making six figures.
Yeah. Honestly, this like made me kind of warm up to Brynn a little bit more. Like I would
Same.
like I actually like want her job.
No, but then I remember what she did to Uba and I was like, you dirty bitch.
Yeah, I know.
But I do like to hear more of the marketing side of her job, just like what she really does. I wish we could see that more. It's
Yeah, I
unfortunate
was
we
gonna
can't.
say if she was able to showcase that more on the show, I think she would have a more favorable Q score.
Yes, because
Uh,
it would just show her as way more well-rounded. Because it would show like her being so cunning and very witty, but it would show it in like a very different way with her job. Because like that's what she says. Like she's basically paid to come up with something witty for like an ad title or whatever. And then the people use that. And I could so see her coming up with so many creative ideas with the
yeah,
way she is.
she's so witty and smart. Oh, how do I get that job?
I
Working
know.
for myself too.
That sounds great. We're gonna okay, but honestly, we're in the atmosphere where it could happen.
No, we're there. We're just I have to also remember these ladies and people in the media are like much older than us.
Yeah, I think Bryn's like at least 10, 12 years older than us still.
Yeah,
So we
Brynn
have
Whitfield
time.
is yeah, she's almost 40.
Yeah, so we have
Like
time.
I have so much time to get there, like over t both of us over 10 years until we're there, really.
Not Bryn kind of being an inspo for us.
I know. Who would have thunk
Who
it?
would have
No,
thought?
here's the thing, Brynn. I want to love her unconditionally. I love her style. I love her name. Her name is like on my baby girl name list, but like now I feel like I can't do it because
Because
I know a Bryn that takes up so much space and like what I'm involved in.
yeah.
It's like I'm absolutely not naming my child after you. But just like her style and the vintage, and she's into branding and spending $2,000 on DoorDash. Like as much as I was just shitting on it 5 minutes ago, like I would love to be in a position where spending 10K a month on DoorDash didn't make me blink an eye.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if she comes back next season,
I
if there
know.
is a next season.
Branny pool.
And then our last bit of news.
Our final story.
This was so crazy, this story, because last week, so we usually record on Wednesdays and then we'll upload it on Friday. But literally on Wednesday, when we were recording, we were talking about how the Love Island season 6 girls need their own spin-off show because I was watching them with their Coachella stuff and how they're so entertaining. And then I was like, either that night or the next day, I was like, guess what? Love Island spin-off show. And we posted it, had already scheduled it for Friday. So I was like, I wish we said when we recorded. So, anyways, for context in the past, this episode was recorded on Friday, April
Yeah,
25th.
the day it's going up.
Yes. Today we're a little behind because of my travels, but that's okay. We're still getting the upload today.
Right.
So, okay, this last story. Love Island USA spinoff Love Island Beyond the Villa with season 6 Islanders to premiere summer 2025 on Peacock. So, the new series will follow the former Islanders around Los Angeles as they navigate new careers, evolving friendships, and newfound fame. So the people involved is our season 6 winner, Serena Page. Then we have Janae Craig, Aaron Evans, Miguel, Leah, Kaylor, Connor, Kenny, Liv, and Kendall. So there's two notable names missing: Kordell, which is Serena's boyfriend, and then Rob, which was, I don't know, Loki, the season villain, the Snake Man. Um, I don't know why Rob's not on it. He probably just didn't want to be involved again. I don't even know why he's
Mhm.
on reality TV. He seems like when you really get to see him more, like, what are you doing on here? He's such a normal guy. He just is really hot, I guess. So they want him on TV. But he does not belong on reality TV. And then Kordell, Serena posted some Snapchats kind of answering because there was some rumor saying that he got cast for Traitors and that's why he wasn't on there.
Mm.
But Serena said it's not Traitors and it's actually a scripted show. So I
Oh,
guess she was like, he's trying to get in his acting bag, but he's still gonna be in the show, just not like a main person. Like it would be like a friend of for
yeah.
Housewives. So, but anyways, I'm so excited for this.
No, good for them. This is who I want to see on my TV screens, not Jax Taylor. Like,
Yes.
good God.
We need young, fun, fresh.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, young people. I'm okay with young people having coke addictions and being emotional terrorists, not a 45-year-old.
Who has a child who I don't know. I don't want to like assume, but there was that one clip when it looked like Jax went over to try to pick him up and he kind of like almost looked like
Yeah.
he recoiled.
Yeah.
He kind of like got down on the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah, he got down on the ground and was like visibly uncomfortable. And I
Yes.
think that
Yeah.
says a lot. And Jax tried to kiss Cruz on his face, and Brittany was like, "Don't kiss him on the face. Like, there's another bitch's thong in the bathroom. I saw that nasty girl you had on the camera." And it's like, yeah, don't kiss him on the face.
Oh, I feel bad for that baby. I feel bad for Britt. I mean, I know everyone's like, oh, she deserves it. She knew what she was getting into, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, like people make mistakes. She's trying to get out of it now.
Yeah.
She's trying to do what's best for her son. And I do feel bad for her because Jax is a terrorist.
Yeah, y'all are acting like you've never dealt with someone you knew you weren't supposed to deal with.
Exactly.
Like, hello. Bro, speaking from the choir right now. Trust me. But
Yeah. So I'm excited to,
congrats.
yeah, I'm excited to see what ends up happening. At the same time, it's like I'm excited to see them, but I also hope that this doesn't cause any drama in a way because I don't know. It's like I
Yeah.
don't want them to fight because they're so precious to me, but I also, all right, let's see them fight.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
like
nobody come after my girl Janae, okay?
I
Like,
know, like I want them to talk about like Leah getting more opportunities and fame when like I bring it up, wake it up.
yes, like if we're gonna film, it would be interesting to hear them talk about that.
Yeah, like it's reality TV. I want to hear how Serena and Janae feel about, Leah getting a Chipotle bowl and Leah having a Huda beauty campaign, which like Janae got a or not Janae, Serena got a sacred like Beyonce. I mean, it's
Mhm.
Beyonce, but still like you know,
I mean, I'm sure they're definitely happy for Leah,
of
but I would
course.
like definitely like to hear their opinion just in general on how, yeah, like because that has to hurt even as much as happy as you are for your friend. I'm sure like Serena as well. I'm just thinking about her being like, I literally won, like why?
Right.
And it's not, again, not anything against Leah because I know that they're friends, but I'm sure she has to be thinking.
Yeah, like damn, she has the like Leah's always in something.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I just want to see more of their relationships as well. So, but it's like I don't want any drama. Nobody break up.
Yeah, no one I don't want any friendship break. I want y'all to talk about the real tea. Like that's how
Yes.
you build stronger relationships. So like imagine having that conversation, getting over it and being like I love you. I hate that it goes this way, but we're going to work together and like we're both going to eat. Do you know how we're unbreakable after that?
Yes. Yes. That's I know it's going to be so good. I hope it is. I think they have different producers this time as well
Mhm.
because I remember Leah saying how or maybe not saying, I think she talked about it how she was kind of felt like they made her look like a villain
Yeah.
and you know I say that Rob was the villain because I feel like I saw through the edit, but you could tell the
Mhm.
producers really loved him. And I
Yeah.
wonder if maybe that's why he's not on because it's different producers this time as well. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I hope the girlies and the guys don't break up, but I also hope that it's still entertaining.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for you guys today on our episode 50. Thank you guys so much for being here at this point. This was a good one today. And we need to, maybe we'll get back into recaps eventually.
Yeah, we covered the whole gamut. We had Oscars, we had Bravo, we had reality TV, some books, some scripted shows, some movies. So there was something in here that you were like, oh, yes, I'm so glad that they're talking about this. And because of that, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. One, two, three, four, 5 stars. Follow us on Instagram at Gossip Break Pod, on TikTok at Gossip Break. I want to get our TikTok to make TikTok fun again because every time I post something on TikTok, it finds the exact opposite crowd of what I'm looking for. So if you are listening, please go ahead and give us a follow, comment. We have some fun, cutesy, funny stuff, greatest hits and clips over there. So make sure you're following us there. And of course, share this with your best yapper. And thanks for listening to 50 episodes, the big 50.
We hope you guys have an amazing weekend and we'll see you next week. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.